Do you want financial freedom and eventually financial independence? That's what most people want. And the reality is this: if you don't have this one thing, those two things will always be a wish and never a reality. Because sometimes the amount of money that we think will make us feel a certain way or do a certain thing, sometimes it doesn't take what you thought it would take to get to where you want to go. And I remember years ago, I used to think that I needed, not that I wanted, but I needed like millions and millions of dollars every single month to truly live this extravagant lifestyle that I want to live. And the reality is it does not take that much money. A lot of times, like, we think that it takes millions because that's what we see, but also when we think about all of the debt that we have and just, okay, we starting from the whatever the monthly debt you have right now, a lot of times unconsciously we start there and then we go up from there. And here's what I mean by that. So like right now, if like once you pay all of your like bills and everything like that, like that's $6,000-7,000 a month. And so in your mind, you're thinking like, man, I need like $30,000 a month because you're thinking of all of these extravagant things that cost beyond what your current debt is. And I want you to think about it from the perspective, if you have no debt whatsoever, if you absolutely have no debt whatsoever, and let's say like you just want a phenomenal house and that house is $5,000 a month. Like it's a really, really nice house. And you want this really, really nice car. And that car is $1,000 a month. And let's say, you want to treat yourself and just do nice things socially, and you don't want to have to skimp on it. Let's say that's another $1,000 a month. And let's say, every month you want to go on, a nice short getaway, if you will. And that's $3,000 a month. And let's say, you like to eat. You don't want to be obese, but you like to eat and you don't want to skimp on it at all. And so you want to treat yourself. And let's say every single month you spend $1,500 just on food. When you think about all of those different things, like that's a really extravagant lifestyle, if you will. And everything that I just named is less than $12,000 a month. Less than $12,000 a month. Think about it. Your house note is $5,000 a month. Your car note, $1,000 a month. Food, $1,500 a month. But like when we really think about it from that perspective, it's like it really does not take a lot. People can live a lavish lifestyle and never make $1 million. However, it's because they don't have clarity. And it's like when you have financial clarity, you understand, number one, what your number is. But more importantly, you understand the why behind what you even want. Because for transparency, about 3 years ago, I wanted to buy a car that cost more than six figures. And I saw myself in that car, I envisioned it, I did all the research. And it's like when I really got honest with myself, the reason why I wanted that car was from a wound. It was from me wanting validation from a certain group of people who are already at that level that I want to be at. And that was my way of communicating to them that I'm one of you now. And the reality is this: I don't need their approval. Matter of fact, like when I thought about it, it's like I don't even want their approval. Like they're cool enough, but I don't even want their approval. And so I almost made a six-figure plus mistake on a vehicle that as soon as I bought it, it would have immediately lost value because I didn't have financial clarity at that time to figure out what does money mean to me. Because when I think about what does money mean to me, that's not a purchase I would probably ever make. And it's not because I can't afford it. It's just because what I thought that it was going to give me, I can get that in different ways in a more healthy manner. And sometimes when we think about like major purchases, it's really important to understand why. Why do you really want that? No matter what it is, why do you really want it? And it's not because I want it, because that's really not a reason. But think about like what is the root cause of as to why you want whatever this major purchase is. Because when you get honest with yourself, that might cause you to go research in some other areas and figure out, I really don't want this. Because maybe what you really want is something that does not take you getting this thing to get to that thing. And that's where I was at. What I wanted did not take me buying a six-figure plus vehicle to get to this thing over here. And so often we buy certain things not because we want it, but because we want how it's going to make us feel. And sometimes we can bypass the purchase altogether and just get the feeling. And so again, when it comes to really getting where you want to be and like having like financial freedom and eventually financial independence, is very, very important to truly get clear financially. Because here's a step-by-step process, if you will. When you truly have financial clarity, your purchases are a lot more calculated. And I'm not saying being cheap, and neglecting yourself and things like that. But a lot of times, the things that we spend a lot of money on, if we reduced our spending by way of really asking ourselves why we even want it, we can now put that money aside. And instead of us working for that money, we can now allow that money to work for us. And even when it comes to making money, like there are so many different strategies and so many different ways to make money. And I strongly encourage you to just find one strategy. Find one strategy that you want to focus on, that you are going to go all in on this one strategy to truly become financially free. Because, I mean, you have, the real estate. A lot of people talk about real estate. A lot of people talk about business. A lot of people talk about crypto. A lot of people talk about stocks. A lot of people talk about NFT, like a lot of people talk about so many different things. And the reality is this: every single one of those things work for the person that it works for. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not a real estate expert. Like my wife, that's her lane. But I personally, I'm not a real estate expert. When it comes to like what I go all in, what I go all in on is business. Because business is something that I've known, it's something that I've done, it's something I was born into, and it's something that I absolutely love. And it's like that's the thing that when people, like, they say the phrase, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, like that is what I live right now. It's one thing to make money, but then there's another thing to invest money. And see, I used to believe that everybody is an entrepreneur because like I was just so immersed into that and I was blinded by it, and everybody's not an entrepreneur. However, everybody can invest. And so what I do is I take the money that I make from business and I invest it into other things that makes me more money. And so for me, like I have a mentor that is a real estate expert because that's not my lane. And when you want to get somewhere faster, you pay somebody who's already there versus trying to do it yourself. Because even the money that you save, you're actually losing because there's something called opportunity cost. And so if you can get somewhere faster, you can enjoy it that much more because you get there faster and you can enjoy it longer. And so I want to encourage you, find what is your one strategy. Like for you, maybe it is real estate. I don't know. Maybe it is business of some sort, because business is a wide spectrum. Like there's so many aspects and elements to number one, you starting a business. Maybe you already have a business, you growing a business, or maybe you want to acquire a business, but there's several different aspects of business. And then when it comes to currency, you have cryptocurrency, you have stock, you like there's so many different things, but I want to encourage you to find your one thing. And whatever your one thing is, go all in on that and just ignore everything else. I heard from one of my mentors, he said, in order to win in life and business, only give energy to the outcome you desire. And I remember a few years ago, like anytime I saw something crypto related, any video, webinars, like I tried to get on everything. And that distracted me from my main business because this was like this new bright shiny object, and that was not my thing. Now I have, friends that are in that space and like they're experts, and that's not my lane at all. And like that caused me to take a small hit on my income because I got off track because I gave my energy to something that I did not desire. I don't desire to be a crypto expert. So what I do desire is for my money to make money for me. And so what I do is I use my money from business to diversify in other areas to make money for me so that my money is working just as hard as I am. And you find other people to do certain things that they're good at. And if you have a trust for them based on their track record, it's not about, them being your friend or anything like that, but they have a proven track record, and you can invest your money, safely as you possibly can in those things for your money to make money. That's when you truly accelerate financial freedom being your reality. But again, I want to just encourage you to truly get clear and understand, like, what does money mean to you? Why do you want money? And then what lifestyle do you want to live in the future? And every single choice that you make right now, think about it from the perspective of, this is for your future self. Like, am I making my future self happy or extremely frustrated at me right now based on this choice that I'm making right now? Because again, like everything that you do, it's a call that you're making in the future. And when you pick up, it's either going to be a pleasurable call or a painful call. But everything that you do right now is a generational decision. Every choice, everything that you make is a generational decision. And it's not just about you, but it's also for the people that you love. Because sometimes the people that we love, they get in situations and we want to help them, but we can't. because we never positioned ourselves to not just have enough for us, but for have enough for those that we love. And so when it comes to financial freedom and your future self, focus on your one thing that can truly help you get from where you are to where you want to be and get you in a point of financial freedom to make that a reality and not just a wish. However, it starts right now. And when you do everything in your power to ensure your financial freedom, you're guaranteeing your financial freedom, and nothing can stop you but you, because everything that you choose right now is not just a bet, but it's a guarantee that the financial future that you want and that you see is going to be within your grasp, and it's something that you and your family and all the people that you love are going to enjoy for generations to come, because you were the difference maker in your family and you were that one person.